All right, let's get right into it. Today we're cackling one of the most fascinating and maybe counterintuitive laws for gaining influence, Law 4 from the 48 Laws of Power. And it's all about this idea that sometimes the biggest strength you have isn't in what you say, but in what you hold back.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You walk away from a conversation and that sinking feeling hits you. You start replaying it in your head, thinking, why did I say that? It's that classic moment of regret where you just know you said a little too much.
And look, this isn't just about feeling a bit of personal regret. The stakes here are actually pretty high. Talking too much or just speaking without really thinking can literally cost you a job, it can wreck a relationship, or just make people lose respect for you. Your words, and maybe even more so your silence, have very real consequences. So this really gets to the heart of a huge misunderstanding we have about communication. We're kind of taught that if you want to seem smart or confident, you've got to be the one talking, articulating every single thought. But honestly, a lot of the time that just comes from a place of insecurity. We feel like we have to prove we belong. But the reality is, it's often the total opposite. Talking constantly can actually make you seem weak, nervous, and not really in control of the situation. So let's break down exactly why talking too much is so dangerous. For one, when you just keep talking, you're bound to say something you didn't plan to. Maybe you reveal a weakness or an insecurity, and boom, you've just handed control of the conversation to the other person. And in the heat of the moment, it's way too easy to say something emotional or even offensive that you can never take back. You're basically just handing them ammunition to use against you. So what's the solution to all these dangers? Well, it's this incredibly simple but profound rule. This law, it's your shield. It's about making a conscious choice to be deliberate, to be economical with your words. And when you do that, your words stop being a liability and they become a source of real power.
And here's the first big payoff. Just think about it for a second. You're in a meeting and there's that one person who is usually pretty quiet. When they finally speak up, what does everyone do? They stop, they turn, they listen. It's because scarcity creates value. When your words are rare, they just feel heavier, more important. People automatically assume they're more thoughtful.
Yeah, silence isn't just nothing. It's not just the absence of sound. It's an active tool you can use. It creates this aura of mystery. People can't figure you out, and that makes them curious. They start filling in the blanks themselves, and they often assume you know way more than you're letting on. And that uncertainty, that's what gives you this subtle but very real influence. Let's put this into a real-world context. Okay, picture a business meeting. You've got two people. The first one, the constant talker, is nervously explaining every single detail of their idea. You know the type. They can't stand a moment of silence. But then, you have the careful speaker. They're listening, really listening, and they only speak up to make a few sharp, focused points.
I mean, the answer is obvious, right? Who seems more confident? Who seems more in control? It's the careful speaker, every time. Their words just land with so much more impact because they're deliberate. They come across as intelligent and in command, while the constant talker just seems, well, a little insecure and all over the place.
So what is the careful speaker's secret weapon here? It's not just about keeping your mouth shut. It's about making a conscious shift from just broadcasting your own ideas to actively absorbing what everyone else is saying. And that's when listening stops being passive and becomes a huge strategic advantage. Think about it. When you're the one doing all the talking, you're completely blind to what's going on around you. But when you're quiet, when you're just observing, that's when you start to see what's really happening. You pick up on body language. You hear the hesitation in someone's voice. You start to understand their real intentions, not just the words they're saying. You're basically gathering intelligence that everyone else is missing. Okay, so the theory behind this is pretty clear. But how do you actually use this law in your day-to-day life? Well, let's walk through 4 simple, practical steps you can take to really master this. Okay, first up, think before you speak. Seriously, just take a half-second pause and ask yourself, is what I'm about to say actually necessary? Number 2, don't reveal everything. Hold some cards back. Keep some of your thoughts and plans just for you. 3, listen more than you talk. Make that your default setting in a conversation. And finally, number 4, when you do talk, be brief and clear. Get to the point and then stop. No fluff. This simple framework puts you right back in the driver's seat. Now, it's really important to get this right. The goal here is not to become a total mute who never says anything. That's just as bad. Communication is absolutely key. The point isn't to be silent. The point is to be purposeful.
It's about making sure there's a real reason behind every word you decide to say. It really just boils down to quality over quantity. Before you open your mouth, just do a quick mental check. Ask yourself, is this going to add real value? Is it going to solve a problem? If the answer is no, then silence is probably your most powerful move.
All right, let's wrap this up and really lock in the key takeaways from Law 4.
Okay, here's what you really need to remember. First, talking too much is a liability. It's how you accidentally reveal your weaknesses. Second, silence is powerful. It creates that aura of mystery and gives you influence. Third, remember that listening is your secret weapon. It's how you gain a real advantage. Fourth, powerful people are incredibly careful with their words. And finally, always speak with purpose, not just to fill the empty space. That's the core of it all.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. In your very next conversation today, I want you to consciously think about this law. Pay attention to the moments where you'd normally just talk and ask yourself, what happens if I choose not to say this? What's better left unsaid? Try it out. The power you find in that pause might really surprise you.